What's going on, guys? It's Mark with Anastacio. I'm here with my training partner James, and we're going to demonstrate some techniques from the actual technique of an arm drag. So this isn't specifically a Filipino martial arts technique. This is done a lot in wrestling, jiu-jitsu, any sort of grappling or hand-to-hand combat, base manipulation technique, and any art revolving that. So we're not going to worry too much about how we get to an arm drag or when to do an arm drag. We're just going to worry about how we're going to follow up from that. Okay, so for those that don't know, an arm drag, it can be done on the right hand or the left hand. There's different ways we can set it up. The way I like to set it up is after I check or I parry this hand, I'm going to scoop right behind the elbow, and I'm always going to like latch onto the bone there. So when I pull, I'm going to have a stronger connection, and hopefully that from this pull, I can off-balance my partner. It almost feels like he's being dragged into me, okay? So when that happens, the attention goes from my punches or my kicks or my attacks, and it goes to James not wanting to fall down. And that creates an opening where I can do these follow-ups. So my first follow-up, I'm going to show you from the other angle actually, because this is very, very simplistic, and it's very true to the nature of Khalid. My first follow-up will be an offensive technique. Now the way that I decide to follow up with my offense, it could be anything and everything. I'm just going to show you a particular combination that I like. So from this arm drag position, when I pull, I'm going to get him off balance. My left hand is going to go underneath. I'm going to underhook, and I'm going to scoop and open this line. Once I open this line, I can hack, I can elbow, and then from there I can follow up however I want. Okay, nice and light, nice and basic. So from the arm drag, I pull, I open, and I hit. Okay? You can see there's a bunch of base manipulation there. So all of these strikes are bound to land because the primary focus, again, is James not wanting to fall, not him wanting to defend from my elbow, and everything else that comes with it. Okay? We'll get into a little bit more of an intricate technique. We're going to look at some takedowns because with base manipulation, takedowns are very, very attached to that technique because they're already halfway through the process of falling. So from the arm drag that we just used, the first one is going to be what we call an arm drag. This is an arm drag to set up. This is going to be an arm drag to take down. So not to get confused with the actual setup. Once I pull, I'm going to step and establish my base here. I want my shoulder to shrug against James's shoulder here. Strong base, and then with the inside of my elbow, I'm going to turn my body, and that's going to take him down. So one thing you have to know when you do the arm drag takedown is that it's timing based, because this base manipulation will allow me to outbalance him and then allow me to take him down. If I pull, stop, and he kind of regains his balance, then when I twist, he's just going to kind of step around or get entangled with my leg. So I kind of want him to trip over my leg. Tripping means you have to be outbalanced. So I pull, I step, and I turn, and then down he goes. Okay? The next takedown we're going to look at is in the hypothetical that I start the arm drag, but for whatever reason, instead of going to the inside between myself and James' body, so this is my right hip, when I arm drag, his arm goes to the left side. Okay, so we're going to go into what we call a seatbelt throw. It's basically an outside reap or an osotogari or reverse sweep, whatever martial art sounds more familiar to you. But when I pull this, I'm going to step in the same way as the arm drag. This hand position will switch to an overhook. So the way I get to that is when I pull, I latch over top to that same elbow point. This time, instead of my right hand, it's my left hand. Strong base, my right hand goes across the shoulders. It's not necessary, it's just insurance. And then we call it a seatbelt throw because you're going to click in that seatbelt. That's going to outbalance, tip them over with your right hand, and then down they go. Okay, so if I wanted to be really rude with that, once I set up that position, I can really launch him with my hip and get his legs in the air. When you understand the principles of the takedown, really what it is, when I'm in this position, it's me kind of dragging his arm down again, following that arm drag concept. Get him off balance, feel like it's pulling him in, and then just outbalance him, tip the scale, and down your partner goes. Okay? This last one I'm going to show you guys is a little bit more intricate. Again, it deals a little bit with timing. So this is also going to be a seatbelt throw, but this is going to be a variation. So I pull, and originally I'm looking to do the arm drag takedown, which was the first one I showed you guys. But when I decided to do this arm drag, the position wasn't right. Maybe we're too far back. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer, I'm going to bridge to the other side. Left foot comes in, I rotate around. I'm going to align my hip with the spine here. My left hand comes over, across shoulders, and now I end up on the other side without the arm. Okay, so The way that looks in a little bit more of a natural motion, when I arm drag like this, I step and I rotate over. That hip has to be nice and strong. If I let that collapse in, then I'm gonna go down with him, or he won't fall at all. So make sure that hip's nice and strong. I'm bending him over, and I'm almost angling him so he's not going straight backwards like limbo. I'm pushing his right shoulder down into my hip, and then down that partner goes, okay? So again, when you do an arm drag, it's more so for base manipulation. What you decide after that is completely up to you. We're talking offense, and you can literally do whatever you want because the attention is now on the balance instead of defense or counter offense for James. So at that point in time, once I create that opening, I could follow up how I ever want to. And then it also depends what he does from there when he starts getting hit. When it comes to takedowns, a lot of it is timing based, but it's most likely going to happen because of that base manipulation, because of that off balance. They're already 50% on the way to a takedown because they're not standing too tall, they have bad balance, they're tipping over. So all I have to do is influence it a little bit more to get what I want. So try those techniques out. If you guys are interested in training with us, AnastasioKhalid.com, we have basic access, which means 2 out of the lessons I teach here at Union Martial Arts is available online in tutorial format. $15 per month Canadian, no long-term commitments necessary. Give it a shot. If you guys like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Until next time, catch you guys then.